Well. Welcome back to another episode of With Meg. And today we actually have somebody with Meg, which is very exciting. We wanted to get a guest on so that we could have a guest on to start with and then test things like camera angles, microphones, all of that jazz so that we can start getting more guests on every second episode or so. So this person has been an integral part of the last couple of years into the fitness industry for me with my journey into the fitness industry. They have been pretty much the reason why it can all happen. The most supportive person in the whole entire world, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. HQ. He is nervous.
Yes.
Nervous to say the least. I feel like my eyes are starting to water. I'm not upset. This is a milestone moment. But no, we wanted to get a guest on, basically so we could check things like camera angles, things like that, but also because it's important to have Aaron recognized for everything that he's done over the last couple of years as well, because everyone always says like, oh my goodness, you do so much. How do you do it all? And honestly, the reason why I can do it all is because of Aaron, because not only of the weight that he pulls at home, but his supportiveness and his energy towards everything that I want to do. And every time I say I have an idea, he's just like, yep, let's do it, kind of thing. So yeah. Hello, Aaron.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. Have we done an episode since Sydney?
No.
You've
done two. So, or
no,
three.
I've done three. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I don't think I've done
many,
one.
I can't remember. Yeah.
I don't think I've done one since Sydney. I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah.
But we've been to Sydney. Went to Sydney for the UFC, which was lots and lots of fun. Spent a few hours over in Manly on the Super Bowl day, which was fun. And yeah, it's just kind of all been a little bit of a whirlwind since then. So I wanted to get on and mention in this episode all of the shit show things that have happened over the last few weeks since the last episode. Really, pretty much February was a bit of a mental write-off for me and the business, but I realize I actually can't talk about too much for confidentiality, professional, legal reasons. So just know that it has been a wild ride. We had I won't say that. Just legal things happen, and or like always ongoing really. And then we were 2 staff members down, one changed availability, and then one was really sick for a week. So that was pressure that we weren't prepared for. And something else happened. Oh yeah, we had a contractor of some description come into the gym and not leave it the way they found it. Let's just put it that way. And that was a debacle as well. So anyway, in the meantime, we've also changed some flooring over at the gym, painted the reception area at the gym, which you did. I said to Aaron on the Friday, I said, wait, how long do you reckon it's going to take you to paint the gym tomorrow? And he was like, 2 hours. How long did it take you?
Like 7.
So we grossly underestimated the skills in that trade, let's put it that way. Anyway, also in the meantime, we've had a cyclone. So I remember it was only last week, but Aaron had been out pretty much all weekend with a friend that was up for Knotfest, and so was feeling a little bit like a shell of himself on the Monday. And I came home and I said, everyone is freaking out about this cyclone that's happening. And he's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I said, we need to put the lounge from outside inside. We need to put the umbrella inside. And you were like, it's weighed down by 2 pavers.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that umbrella was
still
2 pavers?
It'd still be there, I'm telling you.
No, it would not be.
It'd be the only thing still standing out there.
And then, so that was on the Monday and Tuesday, a very carefree attitude towards Cyclone Alfred coming our way. And then all of a sudden he went back to work on Wednesday and it was like shit hit the fan. We had sandbags.
Fair call. I will say that the whole weekend I was at the festival and hanging out with Cos, my mate. So I didn't see the news. I didn't know that it was a thing. Yeah. I just thought people were just talking about it. So I was like, oh, okay.
I know. Well, when you were at Knotfest, I went up the coast with Alondra and Caitlin, and on the way up, Alondra and I were like, oh, it's so windy outside. And then we looked at the beach when we got to the bar that we went to, and it was like cyclone conditions. But the waves were so big and they were breaking like on the shore, but also like 200 meters out because of how crazy it was.
Yeah. Sure, the people on the coastline like understood how serious it was, but us living here and me not really checking the news, I just honestly had no idea. Hence the pavers on the umbrella situation. Yeah.
But we survived. We remained unscathed pretty much. But yeah, so now that you're here,
Yes.
How's the last 5 years been?
5 years?
Yeah.
Why 5?
Well, that's when I started becoming a coach.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's all the same, I guess. It's been interesting. It's been fun, challenging.
Yeah.
It's been good to try and tackle every adversity you've thrown my way, like every challenge, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that I could do half the things that I could do, but because of the business, I've had to, because we've never had any money to spend on people doing it. So we've had to figure it all out for ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Learned a few things, half-assed a few things.
What were you talking about yesterday that we did at the start that was laughable?
All of it.
Hey.
Yeah.
No.
Do you mean at the studio or in the gym?
Oh, with the heat press.
Yeah. So we didn't know how to do that at all and had to figure it out.
How did you figure it out?
Just trial and error, like
YouTube.
everything else. YouTube, Google.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, so we got a heat press, we got a sticker machine to make the labels ourselves. What else did we do ourselves? We did all the overhead signage ourselves.
Sourced all the equipment.
All the equipment.
yeah,
Yeah, I
so-
think that's something that we did differently to what other people would probably do, where they would probably go to just one supplier and buy everything from them, potentially at a marked up price or whatever.
Mhm.
But we got some things off Marketplace.
Yeah. The dumbbells.
Yeah.
And they were just from a guy that imports them. And they were the cheapest, and they're all the same as any other brand. And plus they're weights. So
Yeah.
not much can go wrong with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a bit of hunting around, scouring around, getting different things from different people, and it all worked out.
I remember the garage at the start, like when I still had the studio, and we obviously hadn't got the keys for where we are now yet. But the garage was like a storeroom, like a gym storage room.
Yeah.
What?
So I'm just laughing. This is weird.
You got
this
the
is
giggles.
weird. Yeah. So like we're trying to have a conversation, but know that people are watching. It's just strange. You know what I mean?
Yes. Are you finished having your existential crisis?
Yes. Done.
Anyway, as we were saying,
Yeah, what were you saying?
the garage at the start looked like a storeroom because we just had everything piled in there.
It still does.
Yeah, it still does.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's always a story. There's always things coming and going.
But you do hoard things.
It's all the gym stuff, really.
It's not really.
Yeah. I reckon it is.
It's all the event stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then even though we have boxes and boxes of paper plates and stuff, I buy new ones every time.
Yeah.
We should just throw it out or donate it.
I think we should just organise it so you know that it's there, and
Yeah.
maybe you'll use it next time, hopefully.
Yeah.
If not, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
What else have we done that's been funny over the last couple of years that we've done ourselves? Oh, so I don't think the landlord's ever going to listen to this, but when we painted the gym black, we used a spray gun inside. Is that frowned upon?
Inside, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, so we used a spray gun inside for black paint.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it got oversprayed onto the white tiles on the roof. And then a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago, one of the roof panels at the gym fell down so randomly, and broke. And so the landlord had to come in and replace it. And he was like, oh, these tiles look a little bit discolored up here. So this one's going to stick out like a sore thumb. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. I don't know why it would be discolored.
Yeah, well, he could probably put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, of course.
But he didn't.
Yeah, and we will fly under the radar still. But it has been a lot of fucking around and finding out, hey.
All of it has been.
Yeah.
For me, at least, not for you. You're the one person that knew what you were doing.
I feel like there's like different aspects to it. So like the coaching side of it, the classes side of it, all of that stuff I was obviously well equipped for. The business side of it, the fitness business side of it, I was also well equipped for. Had a successful PT business, but also I had been part of a successful gym and got to learn the ropes from Joe and Kel with how to do things. But obviously all of the merchandise side of things, the equipment side of things, we didn't really have to ever worry about in the past, because when we had just the studio, it was like Kmart, most of it. All my dumbbells and stuff were Kmart or
eBay.
Or eBay, yeah.
Yeah. Matt built that wall for you.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah.
The wall and the counter. Counter, which we got from Marketplace.
Yeah.
Ended up being someone you knew.
Yeah.
Painted it white. See you later. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Paint it white and it's brand new.
Good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the last couple of years have obviously been a little bit of a journey, but I wouldn't have been able to do it literally without Aaron. So I feel like even we should probably mention how when I first told you I wanted to leave Thrifty, my full-time job. And I always people always say, oh, Aaron's so supportive, and I'm like, yes, he is. And a great example of this, not that it's hard to think of examples, but one of the good example of this is that when I said to you, like when I was like, I don't want to be part of this this company's position anymore. I don't know what to do. I think that I want to go like properly into the fitness industry. Aaron was instantly like, yeah, cool, let's do it. And
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
but,
it was just
that
like literally not even like we should talk about it, we should think about it. You were just like, yep, let's do it, because you knew that I wasn't happy and that this would make me happy, I assume.
Yeah, 100%. Like, why would you do something you don't want to do? And if you have an idea of something that might get you out of that, you got to go for it.
Yeah.
And if it fails, just try the next thing.
Yeah.
Just keep going, because otherwise you're just going to be stuck in that job.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
But I feel like it's because you were able to support us.
Oh, yeah.
By taking that big financial leap.
Yeah, well, that's the benefit of being in a partnership. As in a relationship, not a partnership, like a business
partner.
No, like a relationship. If someone's supportive of you, then you can take those risks, I guess. Yeah. But why wouldn't you be supportive? Like, you know?
I don't know, yeah.
Like, if there's people out there that aren't like that, then
yeah, it's a bit sad.
That's a bit sad, yeah. But I don't think that's how it's meant to work. Like,
no.
If someone wants to do something, you just support them, no matter how crazy it is.
Yeah.
And if you don't support them, then they're not the person for you, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's important to mention that, because I feel like if someone's not supportive of the person that they're with or people around them, it's just a reflection on them. Just like every bad attitude towards something is a reflection of that person and what they're going through and whatever at the time. Maybe if your partner's not supporting you, they could be jealous that you get to do something different, or like they could also be feeling stuck in what they're doing and kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's also something that's out of the norm. So if it's out of the norm, it's hard for people to sort of deviate.
Yeah, the risk factor.
They're too comfortable, too scared. All those things add up. And I guess we are just silly. Or something
silly
like
little kids.
Yeah, just risk takers.
We're just loose. We're just fast and loose.
Yeah, we're fast and loose. Yeah.
Fast and loose.
Yeah, definitely fast and loose.
Why ponder on something for 15 years or 5 years or fucking a month or whatever when you can just take a risk and do it now, kind of thing?
Yeah.
People just fuck around for too long and then come up with all of the excuses of why not to do something. Just do it. And also do it well. Like,
Put
I think
heart
it's
into it.
Yeah. I think we're kind of alluding to like business risks and things like that, right?
Well, just everything.
Yeah.
Like anything, mainly business, I guess, but
or like career.
Career. Maybe you want to take on a hobby or something, and you just never jumped off that ledge. Like, you wanted to start building furniture or something like that. Just do it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know? And I guess that's what we're doing right now. Like, this podcast is just fucking around and finding out. Just do it. You got to do it multiple times so you learn from your mistakes, in my opinion. That's why I'm here right now. I'm never doing this again. Or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, what if you become a regular?
I am a regular. I'm just sitting over that side usually.
Well, if I allow you to come on here.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
You're going to start asking for money.
No.
Appearance money.
Everything's free. Everything's love.
Did Joe Rogan's guests get paid, do you reckon?
I doubt it.
The exposure would be worth way more than they would ever get paid.
Yeah, and there would be like an incredible wait list or some sort of process to get on that. So, yeah.
Do you know that I think that he pays for their flights to Texas and their car and accommodation and stuff like that, because sometimes I've heard guests be like, oh, that place you put me up in is really cool, or like your driver said this or that or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know why I think they get drivers? So that they don't tell taxi drivers and stuff where the studio is.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and they wouldn't just get an Uber there or something. Yeah, so to keep it private, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the point. Oh yeah, so that's my point. Like, I reckon, like with this whole podcasting thing, they're not going to be the best for a very long time. because you got to do it over and over again to learn from your mistakes, see what works, see what doesn't. But
I think that's somewhere that something I lack in wanting to do things, because I totally agree with you, but in my head I'm like, no, I need to get it perfect from episode 1. It needs to be like a multi-million-dollar production from episode 1. But
yeah,
and I do that all the time. I release things or do things and think that it needs to be perfect from day 1, because it does. Like,
no, it needs to be as good as you can do it. Like, if you don't have the means to be in a professional studio or have someone professionally doing it for you, so we just whip it up in the best way we know how, and then we'll learn and move forward. We'll both get better, and then we develop our own skills in regards to doing something like this.
Yeah.
Which goes back to like getting out of your comfort zone and doing it. Like, I shouldn't be sitting here right now, you know what I mean? But here we are. Like, typically me and my character, like, I wouldn't be here, but I read this poster back here. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get in front of this bloody camera and I'll talk. I'll talk some serious shit. It's what I have been doing thus far.
Where are you going with this?
Yeah.
But yes, no, that I understand. I get that. I think I need to develop more of that attitude in my life, because no, I'm the opposite. I'm like, it needs to be perfect from day 1. And if it's not, then I get so annoyed. But also when I opened, I don't know, the studio for the first day, like the first time I opened the studio, I thought it was like so fucking cool. And like everything was perfect, like obviously cool. Obviously, like I opened it like that. I was so happy and proud of it. And then the next upgrade that we did, I was like, this is fucking sick. And then we put the wall in, and then I got heaps more equipment, and I was like, this is fucking sick. And like every new stage, I'm like, this is so cool. And then like when I look at the gym now, I see the photos of when it first opened and it was white.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah, but at the time, like it worked. And
why didn't we think of painting it? We didn't have time. Hey?
Well, yeah, but you don't think of anything like that. Like, you just wanted to get it open, get it running. And I reckon we were so busy and distracted, because if you remember, I took 2 weeks off work just to go in there every day and put it together, and then you were running the studio at the time.
Yeah, I was still doing like 80 PTs a week.
Yeah, and like painting it was the last thing on my mind, since it took so long just to put it together as it was. And then you start to, you know, figure things out over time, and then you suggested painting it. I said,
like you say to me, literally. Right. You literally, to every idea, you were like, nah. And so I've started saying, instead of saying, hey, I think we should do this or whatever, I say, hey, we're doing this. And if you say no, I'm just going to get someone to do it for me. So you left with no choice.
Yeah.
But all of my ideas have been good so far.
Yeah.
When I told everyone I was going to paint it black, everyone was like, oh my God, black, that's going to make it look so small. And it actually looks so much bigger. Yeah,
that's true.
I have good ideas. I just need people to execute them for me, because I am useless.
I've come to see that. It just took me 2 or 3 before I was like, oh.
She knows what she's doing.
Yes.
Oh, she's got good style. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. But that's just me supporting you again in any way that I can.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say no, let's be honest. Like,
I know you're not going to say no. I actually wouldn't let you say no.
Maybe I'll give it a try. See what happens.
You actually won't.
No, I won't.
What did you do the other day when you were like, I think you tried to be a smart ass back to me, and I like looked at you weird, and you were like, I'm just joking. Like instantly, like, sorry. Yeah, no, nothing gets past me, brother. What else?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk about any challenges? What do you think's been the most What's been the most challenging thing for you since we've opened the gym?
I guess adjusting to the lifestyle and like the hours that you work, because you're up at like 3 or 4 in the morning. Half the nights of the week you get back at like 8. So I don't really see you in the morning or the afternoon till you get home. So adjusting to that's been like unique.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Other than that, just a whole lot busier, but I haven't stepped back to realize that yet. Like, I'm just going with the flow. No, like doing little things on like where I help you on the website, or like doing those little things for you Going there, like me personally, going there and fixing things up every now and then, or there's always something to do, setting up classes occasionally, vacuuming, all that sort of stuff. So
Fixing the kids' fence.
Fixing the kids' fence, yeah. So all that stuff is, I haven't really thought about it. It's just, this is what we're doing now, so we're doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of just evolved. We've evolved with it evolving.
Yeah, it's part of our life now.
Yeah.
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 And it's like vice versa. Like we're just,
yeah.
It's part of what we do, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though no one knows who I am.
Yeah.
Or that I'm there actually quite a bit.
Literally weekly.
Yeah, I just go there when there is no one.
No one there.
Like I was saying, I'm the ghost. I'm the ghost.
I know. Sometimes when you have to drop something in during a class or like the changeover of the classes, you are literally in and out within 2 seconds.
Yeah, I plan it. I'm going to go in, I'm going to drop here, I'm out of there. I don't know why.
You're just nervous. You're just, I don't know, socially anxious.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's more the anticipation. I don't know if that's the same for everyone with like some sort of anxiety, but I feel like you're all just anticipation. Once you're in a situation, you're literally fine.
Yeah, it's because I overthink things.
Yeah, maybe that's anxiety.
Whatever it is. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's a little bit of ADHD or something. I don't know.
You got something.
I got something. I've definitely got something.
You do.
I've got like a little touch of something. Whatever it is, I don't know, but I've got
touch of the tism.
Touch of the tism. Yeah. I can be incredibly anxious and nervous, or I can be the complete opposite sometimes, depending on the situation.
Do you know?
If someone needs it, I think I pull through.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but for myself, I'm just like, nah.
Okay, so first of all, when you proposed to me, you got up on stage in front of hundreds of people.
That's exactly my point.
To propose to me.
Yeah.
So when it's needed.
Because it was needed, yeah. Or it was an opportunity to do that.
I don't actually think I've ever asked you how you thought of doing that.
I was like...
Because This Wildlife.
This Wildlife, and our mate Dave was managing them.
Oh,
when I heard that, I like just put the two and two together instantly. I was like, I wonder if I could propose to Meg on stage at the festival. And sure enough, yeah.
Worked out. So if you weren't going to propose to me at that festival, how long was I going to be waiting for?
Until the next idea popped up that was as good as that from that stage. Yeah. It would have been something. And that's what I mean, like something extravagant, but I never did extravagant things, but
yeah,
you just bring out the best in me, I guess.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yes.
Cute. Yes. What else were we talking about?
I don't know, marriage, introvert, extrovert.
Oh yeah, you being anxious. Yeah. But I also feel like, what I was going to say is something funny that you do is so you literally plan 3 things a year, right? Everything else in our life, I plan, I organize, I've got it, right?
Yeah.
So the 3 things that you organize a year, you literally take a month in advance to figure out one day's itinerary.
Yeah, so quality over quantity, as they say.
And you have it like minute for minute mapped out.
Oh, you're talking about Sydney?
No.
Like the UFC?
What was that?
Because I had it so...
No, the train times. God, that was so annoying.
Yeah, well, don't want to miss a train.
Yeah, but if we did, it would just get it on the next one.
No.
Then it pushes the timetable back.
Yeah, I just don't like waiting around, I guess.
I know you actually don't. You're always like, what's next?
Yeah.
And sometimes a gal just wants to relax.
Yeah, well,
Should we talk about the speed at what you walk?
Yeah, I'm a fast walker.
You run.
I don't think anyone's going to care about that.
It's funny though.
These are funny. Yeah,
it is funny though.
Yeah.
What else is funny? Do you remember how I used to, when your car was better than mine, and I used to drive your car, and Ali and I would come home and I would be like, oh, I got so close to the boom gate today at the shops, and you'd like,
yeah,
you need to stop driving my car like that. Or I'd be like, oh my God, I took off so fast the wheels screeched today because it's a sports car. And you'd be like, it's a family sedan.
It's a Camry.
And
it's not a sports car.
I would, I was lying about half of them. Hey, we told you.
Yeah, but it also wouldn't surprise me if they weren't lies. Like, I honestly couldn't it makes no difference.
You
Like,
actually think I would do things like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
I would definitely.
exactly. Yeah, you could be speeding around, you could be driving like a grandma, but either way, whatever you tell me, it's very possible. Except for the driving like a grandma thing.
Oh, excuse you.
Yeah, you drive pretty fast.
I'm speed demon.
Yeah, speed demon.
Just want to get to the next thing like you.
Well, yeah. So we got something in common then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? What was your most challenging thing? Just the change in lifestyle and timetable and demand.
Oh, yes. But what were your biggest challenges throughout that whole process?
Throughout the setup or the whole couple of years?
Oh, well, the whole couple of years, I guess.
What's my most challenging thing? I think trying to like wear all the hats. Trying to wear all the hats. Like, obviously, when you first start a business, it's you doing majority of it, if not all of it. We were lucky that we were able to have Zach run classes as well, that we were able to afford that to start with. But yeah, so basically you have to wear all of the hats all of the time. And so as your business grows and develops, then you start bringing more people into the team to help in some way or another. But it's really hard because the business is so young still to like take that hat away from me. Like, I still want to be involved in everything, and not from like a controlling perspective, more of like I need to be. Like, it's still so young, I can't step away yet. I don't want to step away, I can't step away. So I still need to be involved in everything, but then have help doing it so that we can do as much as we want to do.
Yeah.
And like as the same time I want to grow the gym, I also want to grow myself personally as well, like for not to sound like a wanker, but my brand as well. Like, I don't want to lose sight of who I am and what I want to do for me as well as the gym.
Yeah, well, I think the big thing is being aware of that and then navigating around it.
Yeah.
And not just freaking out because not everything is the way that you want it, or you got a new challenge to like tackle. It's all part of the process.
Yeah.
And I guess since the gym and your brand, so to speak, are just a big part of your life, maybe it's just organically going to work out the way that it should because it's a part of your life, if that makes sense.
Yes, it is who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not like...
Yeah, that's it. You're just being yourself. And then you just want to help people as much as possible and do it in the best way possible, in the coolest way possible that we can. And that's just you as a person. So it's just all manifesting itself into what is now our life. Lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reality. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So anyway, we were going to do some like funny segments or something. Do you want to like send me some funny videos? That was one of the ideas. You send me funny videos and I'll react to them because they're not often that funny.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out. But I've sent you heaps on Instagram that I don't think you've opened yet. So, so just go for any of those and see if there's anything that you find funny.
Okay, one sec.
If you want to talk about it. I don't know.
Well, it could just be like a funny option.
Hi, Willa. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Won't be long now till you're old. You're old. Baby. Sorry, love. We're not used to making videos. I know everything will be fine. Stop. Everything will be fine for you, love. Sorry.
Yeah, that one was actually funny.
Yeah.
Okay, what else have you sent me?
Well, there you go.
Oh, wait, what's this one?
Well, growing up, we had a guy that was addicted to breast milk. He was that booby juice bad boy. That milky time monster, bro. That damn teat-suckling swindler. Pull him up, see if you can find him. He wears a John Cena t-shirt with no pants on. Kind of a Donald Duck type of dude, you know? Dude, he was the kind of guy that would break into your house and turn your fridge inside out looking for that sweet shit.
It's so true though, like the tangents that he goes on with how he explains things.
Yeah. Random.
It's so unique to him, hey?
Yeah, it's great.
It's so funny. But I actually sometimes like you listen to his podcast, don't you?
Yeah.
Regularly. Sometimes I don't actually know what is actually the truth or he's just being creative about.
Yeah, it's probably a mix of everything, really. He's got a funny history and funny way of talking, so he just brings it together.
Yeah,
Whether
I love
it's
him.
fake or not doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I guess it's just hilarious. to
Yeah.
know.
I really like him. You
Yeah.
can just tell that he's like a good person.
Yeah.
And which one? Oh, that time that he was like with Ed Sheeran and they just were so nice to each other because he was saying like it somehow got onto the topic of how Theo Von like doubted himself or something. And then Ed Sheeran like gave him like a pep talk live. And then he did it with Post Malone as well.
Yeah, I remember the Post Malone one.
Yeah.
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 Just
That was-
helping each
I
other
think-
out.
I think I cried.
Yeah.
I almost cried the other day when Joe Rogan was talking about Mitzi Shaw
Yeah.
because he was crying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just an empath.
Yeah.
Oh, so how's this? I have always wanted to. So something that is a little bit weird about me is that I every say fortnight, maybe every 2 or 3 weeks, I will hysterically cry about someone in my life dying, and I get so upset about that person dying, and I think about how I'm gonna have to tell their partner that it was that blah 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 blah, and I get just genuinely upset about it. So the other day, I think it was during the cyclone, maybe, I don't remember. But anyway, we were in the girls' chat and I said, guys, I was watching this movie on Netflix and I had to literally pause it because I was hysterical. Oh, the Gabby Petito documentary. I was sobbing. Remember?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like crying so much. But it's so sad.
Yeah.
That whole situation is so sad and unfair. And anyway, so I was telling the girls in the group chat about it and I said, but I genuinely think something's wrong with me because I am contemplating seeing a grief counsellor about how to prepare for grief because I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's where it's coming from. Like it's just, you always say, well, it's going to happen one day,
Yeah.
but I can't accept that. Like
Well-
I don't want to be here without any of my family and I don't want my family to be here without me. So that's not an option right now in my brain.
Well, you're going to have to come up with a miracle that keeps you and everyone you know alive forever.
Yes. Well, so anyway, I said in the group chat that blah, 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 blah. And then Shani was like, no, oh my God, I think about that all the time. And I really had these like horrific thoughts about like the girls hurting themselves or whatever. And then all of the other mums in the group were like, me too, me too. So it's actually like a condition, thinking about horrific things.
Yeah, well, I imagine it's pretty common.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Nice. All right, let's
Okay.
wrap it up.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining me. You might be allowed back. We'll see how much we can get out of this.
Yes, no worries. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Love you.
Love you. Do you need like a photo or anything?
Yeah.
Or do you
I'll
need,
ask.
or like, and for the icon, the thumbnail thing if you're doing that? Oh no, the screen turned off on the computer. Hopefully it means it's still recording.